Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Turn it up a little bit. And double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash. My name is Yakalba from Plaintables Camp in Philly. Now, when you look up the Azov Battalion, this is the symbol they used to carry. I'm not sure if they still carry this, but when you start doing research, the narrative they're painting is that they're reformed. They're not a white supremacist group anymore. That's what they claim. All right, it says some of the stuff I'm not going to show on the screen because the little hats are very sensitive. So this is all available on Wikipedia. All the information I'm reading here. It's nothing that I'm making up. It's all public information. You can type it into Google and it'll come directly up. So Google supports it. They didn't ban it. It's freely available. So you're choosing to watch this. It's the emblem of the Azov Battalion. All right. You got the wolf sign. You got the black sun in back of it. And you got the Ukrainian colors. The A30B. And I believe it's a symbol of Ukraine. I've been seeing this symbol on cars. I thought it was like a transformer symbol or something like that. So I always thought it was, but apparently it has something to do with Ukraine. So we're gonna put a few scriptures out, and then I'm just gonna bring information out. So Job 15:34. For the congregation of the hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume a tabernacle of bribery. So what a hypocrite is, what an actor, a stage player. Commonly when you look it up, you'll say, a person acting a part. All right. That's what it means. It means actor. Hypocrisy. It says a person claiming to have moral standards or beliefs, or a person acting the part. And it says behavior does not conform to it. Pretense. Meaning you're just a pretender. You're playing a part. It's not what you're saying, what you're doing is not authentic. It's not for of what you're saying. It's not for you're not being authentic. All right. Oh, let's don't have a. Do I have hypocrites up? Let's see. 26:11. I got it. 26:11 says, hypocritical, godless, profane, a hypocrite, irreligious. Let's see what else we got down here. Profane, impious. Hypocrites in the Greek. Profane, impious. So basically what they're doing is they're acting. They're saying that they're not a white supremacist group. They're reformed. They're just acting. All right. And they've been, called upon by, the Western powers, Britain, France, U.S., to help fight in their war in the Ukraine against the Russians. All right, so that's what America does. America will recruit different terrorist groups to fight their battles for them, right? But then claim to be a righteous, pious nation. All right, so what? They're being hypocrites. All right. All right, what else we got? And if you're a hypocrite, by default you're a liar. That's what it means when you in the scriptures when it talks about being a hypocrite. You're a liar because you're playing a part, but that which is not your true self. All right. Jeremiah 50, it talks about the destruction of Babylon. All right, as Jeremiah 50 is about. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in a day. In that day, saith the Lord. So we're going down to the 36th verse. A sword is upon the liars, all right, or the sword is upon the hypocrites, Because they're pretending that they're fighting for democracy over in the Ukraine, but they're not. They're really fighting to establish a new world order and to weaken the Russians. All right, because although they may work together in certain points, the Russians and the West, it's really because it's prophesied in the Bible that they're going to go to war with each other. All right, so yeah, they're both sides. They're acting right now. All right, but eventually they're going to go to actual war and destroy each other. All right, that won't be an act. That'll be authentic. They swore this upon the liar, but the oligarchs, they get together, the rich, Satan worshippers get together on both sides and they plan, different wars and everything. But that war, that's going to be 100% authentic because they're going to destroy each other with their missiles. So the sick game that they're playing, it's not going to be a game anymore. It's going to be real. It's going to be hot. And they're going to burn each other up with their missiles. They swore this upon the liars or hypocrites, and they shall dote. I believe that means act foolishly when you look it up. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. All right. A sword is upon their horses and upon their chariots and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her. All right. You got the different nations among Babylon. All right. And they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. Meaning they're going to be destroyed. All right. And they're going to be afraid, yet they're still going to fight. All right. What I got? Revelation. It says Revelation 2:2. I know thy works, and thy labor, and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil, and thou hast tried them which say they are apostles and are not, and has found them liars. Yeah, you had Israelites that were faking that they were men of the Lord. All right, and I'm sure you had some Edomites try to sneak up in there too, and they got exposed. All right, because the Edomites they're not the biblical Israelites. All right, so I'm going to leave off with the scriptures. So I just typed in Azov Battalion, and the first thing that showed up is WS. First thing that showed up was that. So I clicked on that. It's available freely on Google. All right. Stanford is supporting neo-Nazi ideology by welcoming Azov. All right. Now, all of you are Azov, openly neo-Nazi Ukrainian. All right, so you can just type that in, Azov Battalion, and then this stuff will come up in Google. See, it's right there. It says Google. All right, so the first link right there. This is World Socialist website. So I guess that's International Committee of the Fourth International. So why it's available, just newspaper, online. It may be in print. All right. Last month, leading members of both U.S. political parties met with high-ranking soldiers of the neo-Nazi Azov Battalion at the Capitol in Washington, D.C. So let's type in Azov Battalion, Capitol, D.C. All right, I didn't put Nazi. I put Azov Battalion, Capitol, D.C. Right-wing Azov Battalion emerges as controversial inside a warehouse in a bustling section of this capital. The incessant cracking sound of gunfire echoes. Neo-Nazis are exploiting Russia. So Congress bans arms to Ukraine military linked to neo-Nazis. This is in 2018. But now they're America's and the West friends now. This is the hypocrisy. Go back to Job. It says, Job 15:34. Oh, did I read this? I don't think I read it. For the congregation of the hypocrites shall be desolate, and the fire and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. And you can clearly see that they're bribing the West with the billions of dollars. They're literally bribing the Ukrainian government to continue this war at the expense of the people. All right. So they're both hypocrites, meaning profane, meaning unclean, out of the temple, not worthy, because things that that you're supposed to do outside the temple are not worthy to be done, in the temple. So it's filthy. And they're actors. They're acting as if they're pious and righteous, and they're fighting for democracy. All right, which they have ulterior motives. Anytime Esau stands up with a noble cause, it's really for control. It's an alternative motive. All right, they were controlling the narrative. So assume the tabernacles of bribery, and that means a gift. 78:10. Do I have that up? Yep. Shachad, a present, a bribe. The billions and billions and billions of dollars that are going in for the Ukrainians. That's for the weapons and to pay the soldiers. All right. So tabernacle, house of. Who's the biggest hypocrite? The Edomites. Mainly America and their EU allies. The beast. Who bribes the most? America and the EU allies. All right. Presents, gifts. All right. I'm focusing, on the war in Ukraine right now. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. Liars, hypocrites. A hypocrite is an actor, meaning that they're not presenting themselves as their true self. They're playing a part. So therefore, they become liars because they're playing that part, because it's not the authentic person, not their authentic group. All right. All right. The Azov Battalion was founded in 2014 by white supremacists Andreti Beletsky. The organization is teeming with fascists and racists who idolize Stepan Banderas, a fascist who was the leader of the OUMB, collaborated with the Waffen SS during World War II and carrying out of that H word in Ukraine. So Stepan Banderas. Let's look up Stepan Banderas up. Right there. See what's available free on Google. Stepan Banderas. Died 1959. Let's see what they say. Told Tablet that anti-Semitism was not a part of the Ukrainian nationalism in the way it was for Nazism. All right. So that's a hypocrisy. All right. Now let's look at the symbolism that they use. You can do more research, right? Because basically what they try to say is that the people that worship this guy are reformed, and that's basically their angle they're going at. So that's it in a nutshell. They're saying that they're not like that anymore. They had those views, now they don't have them anymore. All right. So we'll close it out with this. All right, so I'm going to read what they mean. Azov Regiment. We're gonna look up the wolf symbol, which that was carried by a few nations. All right, that's the black Z looking. Let's look at the black sun. The black sun is a type of sun wheel. That's the white right there, right next to the yellow. See, this is the sun. Say is a type of sun wheel symbol originally employed by Nazi Germany and later by neo-Nazis. All right, the symbol design consists of 12 radio sig runes. And that's the hypocrisy. They're pretending, they're acting like they're reformed, but this is their origins. All right, similar to the symbol employed by the SS in their logo, the first appearance in Nazi Germany as hell. So basically, hypocrites. So I thought they were supposed to be against Nazis. All right, thought they were supposed to be against them. Wolf Sangle, which is a Z. So it's held by a few. It says it was a heroic charge, Germany and France, which was inspired by medieval European wolf traps. The Z. All right, so it was used, before the Nazi Party, but it's very curious about why they use it specifically. So you can say, oh, it goes back to something else, but why do they use the symbol? And I believe, because their ideologies have to do with the ideologies of the Nazi Party in Germany. All right. So, but what the angle is, the Western media's angle is, oh, they're reformed now. That's the only angle they have. They don't have anything else. Because we already proved that they were against that certain group of people, but now they're reformed and they still carry certain symbols. All right. Under neo-Nazism, it says the Azov Battalion has been described as a far-right militia with connections to neo-Nazism. Members wearing neo-Nazi and SS symbols and regalia and expressing neo-Nazi views. This is under Azov Regiment. In Wikipedia, you can freely find this on Wikipedia. So the group insignia features the wolf's angle, which is a Z, or a mirrored variation of it. A German heraldic charge inspired by historic wolf traps adopted by the Nazi Party and by World War II German military units. Both which remain two popular neo-Nazi symbols. Azov soldiers have worn fascist or neo-Nazi symbols on their uniforms, including swastikas and SS symbols. In 2014, the German ZDF television network showed images of Azov fighters wearing helmets with swastika symbols and the SS runes of Hitler's infamous black uniform elite corps. All right, so yeah, this is all freely available on Wikipedia. All right. So it says, I believe they're not using this symbol anymore. I believe this is the old symbol, but this is their origins. I believe they just use the Z now. That's the Z. This goes back to the wolf traps in Germany. All right, that's what they use now, just a Z. But this is their origin. This is who they are. They worship the Staffan Banderas dude. All right, and just like the different terrorist groups that the United States and other European countries recruit to fight the wars in the East and Middle East, they're doing the same thing with these alleged neo-Nazi groups. All right, because it's because of their origins. Look at their origins. All right. You know, it says here, it says, according to the Daily Beast, some of the group's members are neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and avowed anti-Sems. All right. Numerous swastika tattoos of different members of their tendency members and their tendency to go into battle with swastikas or SS insignias drawn on their helmets make it very difficult for other members and groups to plausibly deny any neo-Nazi affiliation. Yeah. It says, and in 2017, numerous swastika tattoos. Yeah, so it's like they keep showing all these elements of it, of them being this thing, but where we're supposed to think that they're reformed, all right? Which can you reform let's say a Caucasian supremacist group, because they're not white, they're Caucasian. All right, they're not fighting on the side of good. They have an ideology that they believe they're the pure race, and it's their duty to, by many means, to purify certain areas or the world, certain countries or the whole world of non-Aryan people, which that's a lie. That they're Aryans, because they're not pure. They're not even speaking a pure language. They don't have the law, and they don't have salvation coming for them, because they're not Israelites. Now, you have Israelites scattered amongst all nations, but the core of them, they're not Israelites. They're Edomites. All right, mangled people. All right. So this has been Job 15:34, for the congregation of the hypocrites, or the actors, the liars, shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. All right, so they're putting on a big show, a big act over there in the Ukraine, pretending that they're trying to free the free world. They're trying to hold this. That's one of the last stands for democracy in Europe. We got to fight the Russians, but no, they're using those neo-Nazis. All right, you could say allegedly. All right, no, I believe they are, but you have information on both sides. They're using the symbols of that party, and they worship the Banderas guy. Well, at the least, we know that the U.S. is collaborating with former, allegedly, Nazi collaborators. Their ideologies go back to what the Germans, the Nazi Party Germans, believed. And they believed that they were the pure race, which they have leprosy. They can't be pure, they got leprosy. All right. You don't have the faith in the Yahweh the Father and His Son Yahweh Shah. So how can they be the pure people? All right. So they're guilty by association. So that will make them hypocrites. All right. Hate. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe somebody wrote that on there. I don't know what the back of his jacket said, but so who is this guy? Yellow right there. Yellow, white. Damn, you got one fucking leg? Shit. Yeah. Okay, it makes more sense now. All right. Yeah, so that's who America's collaborating with. So they're not your friend, and they can't be trusted. All right, they are. They're all racist. Racist. The these representatives, these senators. All right, they're racist, and they're going about to establish a new world order. All right, and the new world order is totalitarianism. All right, I mean, you're going to be a slave. I think I'll end it right there. To 13. That's what, socialism? Let me see. 13, 16, and he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Look up in. Epi. Upon or at, by, position of, by, over, against, to, over, on, at, across. All right, in a direction of. All right, so it's in your hand. So when you look up charagma, that's a G5480. Of a mark stamped on the forehead as, or the right hand as a badge that follows the Antichrist. All right. And that's going to be the new currency, the new medium of exchange. The currency is going to be digital, but that's going to be the means of access to currency and identification. All right. They're going to cause some crisis to happen where they're going to justify bringing it in. Remember how their ideology changed from, oh, we're against the Nazis, we're against white supremacy. Now they adopted groups that support that. So that's a total 180 from their supposed ideology. Hypocrites. That's what I started off with. They're hypocrites. Which in turn they're liars. They're actors. They're saying that they're righteous and pious, but really they are preparing to flip the script, change the rules to put you farther into bondage. It says right there is a badge of servitude. Right? That's eventually what the new world that's what the new world order is about. It's about slavery. All right, it's about servitude. You're pledging your allegiance to the state. All right, so if they're collaborating with Nazis, which before they said they were against the Nazis, they were against that ideology, they'll do anything. They'll put a implant inside your body. All right, they'll try to make you take a drug, or you'll be shut out from the system, from buying and selling. All right, they'll do these things. All right, that's agreeing with the system. Now you have to agree with the system. All right, now the mark is the implant. All right. So I think I pretty much made the point. All right. The point is the hypocrites. All right. And bribes. All right. So I hope that information was valuable. All right. To the next lesson. Shalom.